But ultimately, I think I have to find out for myself how I want to prioritize myself. I need to be bored. I cannot be constantly stimulated. That just doesn't work, and I notice it in the evening when I cannot sleep. I have a client workshop in like an hour, so I kind of have to get ready, which I'm not really happy about because I'm also on my period, so it's not that I want to do anything at all right now. That's how it is when you're working full-time. And also when you're responsible for your own projects. Okay, so I'm here. Hello. I just got out of my workshop, which took way longer than we initially thought. And I have like another 20 minutes of lunch break left, which is okay. I'm not gonna eat right now anyway. I just have my coffee and then I'll just do some work. I have a meeting and then eat afterwards. I just wanted to welcome you because we haven't really talked yet. It's like after 1 p.m. already. So of course we do the usual spiel. Welcome to my vlog. I'm Hannah. I'm 26, but only for like another few days. And I'm a consultant and I usually show you a lot of my daily life, working full-time and being very stressed out and anxious. So if you're interested in that, you might consider subscribing, maybe. If you have been a subscriber for a longer time, you know that over the course of 2025, I didn't post that much, especially since April. And that's just because the last few months just went by so fast and there was so much happening. You probably saw my moving vlog. That's kind of where I started taking up the camera again. And now it's already the beginning of July. You will probably see this video maybe in September or something. I'm very sorry for the delay, but it's just there's too much going on right now. I experienced a lot of changes over the last few months in my private life, but also in my work life. I changed my focus topic, which I might be able to talk about later on in detail. And of course I moved, which you can see by the new background. Over like the last month that I'm here, I definitely prioritized like decoration, but also getting the essentials that I need that I didn't have before. I think it was in the last vlog that I installed all the curtains and I, you know, like upgraded my balcony and everything. Those were two things I prioritized. I also got a fan, which I actually returned just like a few days ago because I had to upgrade to an actual AC, which I'm not too happy about because this takes up so much energy, but only a fan is not really working up here. We had a day where it was 35 degrees 2 weeks ago and I definitely would have died without an AC. And even with the AC, this room was still at 30 degrees. So probably imagine that with just a fan, it would be maybe 40 degrees or something in here. It's very, very bad. Right now the weather is okay. It's raining a lot, but at least it's not that warm. I have the AC now for the case of emergency, and I also ordered a new fan, which is not as expensive and not as bougie because I still kind of need one when it's like a little bit warm outside. And in general, there's a lot of packages coming this week. Last month I focused a lot on the essentials and now it's more about the things I want for this apartment and also replacing some things. My coffee machine actually broke and it's very old, it's very flimsy. I got it secondhand like 4 years ago. So it is okay. Time's just up. It's time to have a new one. And I ordered a new one. And coffee machines are expensive, especially if you want to upgrade from an espresso machine to something that's a little bit better. Maybe this is gonna arrive also this week, so you can check it out then. But I also definitely ordered some things that are not as time sensitive as some other things. Like you just saw, I ordered candles at my favorite candle store. I only have one left, which is half full, so I thought, okay, now it's time to get a few replacements. I think everything else I will just show you once it arrives. I will have to get back to work soon. Welcome to this week's vlog. It's Monday also, so we're starting very fresh. Is it Monday? Actually, I'm so sorry, it's Tuesday. I'm on my period, I'm running on painkillers, and I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I will go take out the trash right now, then get back into my meeting, have lunch, and try to get everything over with very fast so I can relax again. I've been planning to clean my bathroom for a few days by now. It's kind of gross that I still didn't do it, but that's like the worst thing I could imagine having to do ever. And I kind of hate that this is my responsibility now. It's my bathroom, mine alone. I have to clean it, and I really don't want to. I can just get up and do it. But that's a problem, you know? That has been the problem since days. I don't want to say weeks, but maybe since like a week. So I will do it right now. Because now I am kind of keeping myself accountable by telling you. So if I'm not cleaning the bathroom right now, you're gonna be like, fuck, you're actually super gross and disgusting. So I have to do it right now. It's not even that my bathroom is disgusting. I still clean it regularly. I just hate doing it. Fuck. I'm just gonna make myself a drink and then we'll go over there. I will need this one. Oh. This is helping a little bit. Taking a candle with me because that might make everything a little bit better, maybe. When I think about you, I touch myself. Anybody else? Good morning. It's 8:20 right now on this very beautiful Wednesday morning. The sun is out for the first time in like 3 days. The last few days it was just raining constantly. And I have been thinking about going to the office this week, but I'm receiving packages every day except probably Friday. So maybe on Friday I will go. I have a bike now. I had one at my parents' place, which I just received because my father was here for a few days. So maybe I can actually take the bike to the office, which would be out of character for me, but maybe it's the new type of person I am, living by myself in this apartment. You know, I mean, I am very fond of changing my personality depending on where I live. So if you're wondering why I'm sitting here and I have my iPad in front of me, it's because I actually have to learn for a certificate that I'm doing. And I had a training in the end of April for that, or beginning of May. So already like 2 months ago, and I just, with the move and everything, I couldn't get around doing the actual certification. So I just booked the exam for, I think, in 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, something like that. And I promised myself that I would study before working. Initially, I was thinking that I could maybe do an hour, so from 8 to 9, but honestly, I distract myself a lot when I have that much time, so I thought I'm gonna do half an hour instead. So from 8:30 until 9. And that's what we're gonna do. And I'm sitting here because I wanna separate my workspace and my study space. I'm also very hungry already, so maybe I'll use the remaining 8 minutes before I start to make some breakfast. But yeah, so far, so good. I'm having quite a good week, better than I anticipated because I'm on my period, so it could have been a shit show, but we're doing okay so far. I'm doing okay. I actually already made a coffee, made a cold brew with one of those Chamberlain coffee little packages. And I'm excited to see how they are because they are flavored. So this one is caramel. But in summer, I'm definitely a very big cold brew person. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this tastes. And actually, my new coffee machine that is coming somewhere in the next days has a cold brew function, which is so cool. That's strong. Okay. I'm fucking tired. I went to the office today because I had a lunch date with a friend. And I thought it's a good idea, to get out of my house and socialize. I actually went out yesterday evening with a friend for some food, and that was kind of already enough people-wise. And I was so tired. I overslept also this morning, so maybe I just need like a little bit more sleep. But I went there and I left at probably 4:30 with the intention of continuing working at home. But then I got so sweaty on the way back because it's kind of warm right now. I had to shower first. And then I talked to a friend on the phone, and now it's almost 7. I'm like, do I actually still have any brain power left to work? Or should I just go to bed early? Because I still have to cook also. If I'm lucky, I can get ready for bed at 9 and just sleep a lot. But the question is also, will I do that or not? In general, I feel like I'm very overwhelmed right now with all the things that are happening at work. I kind of feel like I have to juggle like a lot of different sub-projects all at once. I don't really know how to organize that, and I will try to work something out tomorrow with my manager. But yeah, I'm kind of just overwhelmed right now. I'm also fucking warm. It's so hot in here. I'm actually gonna get my fan. On a good note, I received 2 more packages. I just had this issue this week and last week that I just noticed a lot of things missing again. It's just how it is after a move. You just realize some things that you really need. We are getting packages every day right now. That's not the norm. Definitely not. Just what's happening right now. And I think I just received a rug for my bathroom and like some miscellaneous things. Maybe we'll just check. I think it's gonna fit well into my bathroom because I have like a pink rug already and then a lot of plants and wood, so. I'm currently just making a tea, which you can probably hear in the background. I didn't sleep well at all. I actually had such bad sleep. The person delivering my coffee machine was kind of the one actually getting me out of bed, which is not great because it was like almost 50 minutes after I wanted to get up. But here we are. I'm ready now. And I know I promised myself I will study before I work, but it's already 8:30. And I want to make some breakfast, so that's not really gonna work. I can do that afterwards or tomorrow. I probably have to actually study on the weekend. So I just had a longer talk with my manager about how to prioritize yourself. And they gave me a lot of very good ideas to think about. But ultimately, I think I have to find out for myself how I want to prioritize myself in my day-to-day working life. I feel like I'm having a lot of issues with context switching, as I already mentioned. And I'm finding it just more and more difficult to find a good balance between the topics that I'm working on, but also taking breaks and staying concentrated, which I'm having a lot of issues with currently. I feel like the more topics I actually work on, the harder it is to really get into them long term, especially because my day is usually full with meetings, so I always just have like half an hour or an hour to actually work on something. And most days I'm just left feeling so exhausted at like 4 p.m. when I still have at least an hour to 1.5 hours of work in front of me. And I really want to change that because I'm not happy right now with the amount of stuff I'm putting out or the amount of stuff my brain can produce. He basically gave me a few tips on knowing your principles when it comes to working. So knowing who you want to be in your work life, what kind of person you are, what your goals are, what your ambitions are, where you see yourself in a few years. So kind of the usual stuff, but to, kind of define your persona and use it whenever there's a decision to be made. I think what I will try to do again is to time block a little bit better and set myself a blocker on a certain day to work on very specific topics instead of just trying to, do it somewhere in between. It's not that easy to follow through with that because there's always spontaneous appointments coming in or things that are more important. But I feel like this could be a good start, and once I'm a little bit more secure in my own way of prioritizing, I think I can decide for myself whether those meetings are something that are important for me at that time or whether I should stick to my predefined schedule. We also talked a lot about context in general and how healthy it actually is or how normal it is to switch context. And he said that there are theories that switching your context 10 to 15 times a day is normal and everything above that is stress. And that kind of hit home with me because I feel like I'm switching context every 10 minutes or so. And one of the reasons is that right now I'm very social media addicted again. I feel like I'm going through phases, and right now with the move, being by myself more, and also, meeting new people and being in contact with them. Like, I'm on social media way more, and I catch myself checking my phone while I'm working way more than before. And I feel like that's something I definitely want to change, but it's very hard because I feel like a lot of my dopamine I'm getting through looking at my phone during the day when I'm getting bored with my work. But I guess that's kind of also how it's supposed to be, Sometimes work has to be boring and I need to be bored. I cannot be constantly stimulated. That just doesn't work, and I notice it in the evening when I cannot sleep. So I know where the problem is to a certain extent, but knowing where it is doesn't really result in any actions yet. I still have to make the decision to work against that. And that's currently where I am. And I feel like it's just a process that I have to go through right now. A lot of things are very new for me right now, and a lot of things are changing. So I'm aware that I cannot keep up with everything, and I just kind of have to try to navigate, and that's what I'm gonna do, I think. So I will probably try and establish more boundaries with social media and also time block again. I think as I'm a visual person, it makes sense to have like all the to-dos that I have and all the tasks that are working in parallel, to actually have them in one place. So I will probably reintroduce Jira into my life. I didn't use it for the last months, but I think it's time for it again. And yeah, I feel like this week just wasn't the greatest in terms of my capacity in general in my personal life, but also while working. And I hope that I can just use the weekend to regenerate a little bit and start fresh and use all those impulses I just got. And yeah, see where I end up. So that was great. I think I'll get back to work now and just organize myself a little bit, find an end for this week. There's a few things I want to do, and maybe if the sun is still out, I will sit here again.